Now you have been teaching technology coding to young people. Now, I'm all for teaching the whole of STEM. Okay. Now, like you said, any tech conference, you see a lot of Nigerians and Africans. Okay. So we have been getting into technology. For me, in the end of the day, the next technologies that will come from people who study and deal with the fundamentals of science. Okay. Basic science, either in medicine, people who study and research biology, microbiology, biochemistry, they're the ones that are going to create, that going to come up with that theories on which they will build a technology. Even physicists, chemists are the ones that will bet the knowledge that will develop into a technology. Now, what are we doing in those spaces without getting into the nitty-gritty, the foundation? Will in 20 years, when the whole of Africa is booming with tech, we'll still be going to the West or China, asking them to what's it called now? Give us access to some tools, because we're not into that research.
I mean, I think you nailed the question very well. When I started my company, or my second company, I initially called it Code Academy. But after a while, I changed the name from Code Academy to STEM Academy. And it's what you are talking about. That shift that lets people know that it's not all about coding. On my early coding book, on the first level of my book, on book 1, the first page, I have a quotation there that says, first, solve the problem. Write the code. Technology itself, and this is what I tell all my kids and my students, technology is only an enabler of industries. Technology in itself is not an industry. Technology has to combine with something real for it to make sense. There was finance. We brought in tech and created fintech. There was education. We brought in tech and created edtech. There was health. Technology came and created health tech. There's so transportation, agriculture. Technology in itself, for it to make sense,
it's an enabler.
It's an enabler. It only comes to an industry and revolutionizes how that industry functions. So technology guys will be useless if there are no industry experts. That is, I mean, that is something I say all the time. If you go to my blog, you will see me saying that it's an enabler of industries. And so we need to get back, and which is why STEM, if you look at, when I talk about STEM, I'm planning to do a webinar very soon. If I talk about STEM, when you mention STEM to many educators, they just think about technology and coding. And I'm trying to make them understand, demystify this thing. It's not, the whole idea of STEM is about shaping the way students think. And students learn. STEM is a paradigm that is applicable in anything. You are teaching social studies, you are teaching mathematics, you are teaching integrated science. You bring in STEM methodologies so that students learn to think like creators, like problem solvers, like innovators, and they're able to apply a way of thinking. I mean, I took a certification in the US.
The scientific method, that's it.
Exactly. There's a certification I took in the US. It's called the NCST, the National Certificate for STEM Teaching. That certification scattered my brain. In fact, when I finished that certification, we run a school. Our school is considered one of the most innovative schools in town, here in New York, where we live. As I was taking that certification, I was just seeing plenty of rubbish that we're doing in our school. I told my wife, I'm coming to dismantle what we are doing and reassemble it again, so that through the teaching of everyday subjects, we're able to help students think and become. So right now, when I do STEM seminars, I think it's not for coding, it's for every teacher. Because we need to bring that methodology, and students need to now go into their industries armed with the tool of technology, so that when you are doing science and you see, you can use technology to enable science. You can use technology to enable whatever it is you are doing. And I tell professionals, the value of industry experts, when they say tech will replace people, AI will replace people. AI builds on an intelligence. AI builds on existing. So domain experts have to be there. We can't stop studying medicine and microbiology and all of engineering. We just need to give it the wings of technology, which is why those fundamentals, we cannot ignore them. We need math teachers. We need science teachers. We need chemistry teachers. All of them very, very important. If technology will have any value in the future, those other fields must still be as important as technologies.
And our people need to realize that. Yes, I don't know what percentage of our students should learn coding, but the most important thing, they still need to learn maths. They still need to learn chemistry, physics, biology.
My advocacy is that coding should be taught as a subject in schools. I still think that every child should know the fundamentals of coding. There's a way it makes your mind work. There's a way learning to code makes you think at a particular level, which, I mean, even my students, once they start learning to code, their performance in other subjects begin to change.
Wow.
Yes, because you're able to think in procedures, you're able to think in algorithms. It makes your mind function at a different level. And then knowing what is possible. For example, many people consider me a consultant. They still invite me to come to many, I sit on many committees and boards here and there. And I've realized that what makes me valuable is just me.
The way you think.
That computational thinking. So we have a problem, and this problem is in ophthalmology. I'm currently consulting for an ophthalmology team. They are all professors and doctors in eye medicine. But I'm on that team, and we're thinking, how do they test people that they have very? I don't understand the complex things they have. But we need to bring that thinking to the system so that this is what we should do next. What makes me think like that is the fact that I understand how computers think. So I think programming should be taught in all schools. That's why I'm creating textbooks at the level that schools can integrate. And I've built teacher training courses. I've built a certification courses for teachers so that when you buy the textbook, teachers can get trained to use textbooks, because I can't teach in all schools.
Of course not.
So I understand it's an entire ecosystem that I've created. When the books come, there'll be need for teachers, there'll be need for lots and lots and lots more. So it's one thing that is just leading to the other, and I'm just following the trail, like I said at the beginning.
Wow. Thank you for the great work you're doing.
We're just doing our bit. Everybody does his part. We just find out and we contribute it.